Good afternoon. My name is Megan Srinivas, and today I'm presenting Safety and Efficacy of a Testosterone Transdermal Metered Dose Spray for Treating Decreased Sexual Satisfaction in Premenopausal Women. When society thinks of testosterone, they stereotypically associate it with big muscles, powerful masculinity, and in general, being a man. When women are attributed as having testosterone, it's generally a more negative connotation. However, when we look beyond these societal misconceptions, we can see that science has in fact validated testosterone as a hormone. It's extremely important to both men and women. Everything from building muscle mass to maintaining bone density somehow involves the use of testosterone. One specific function of testosterone that's been getting a lot of attention in scientific circles recently is its impact on the human sex drive. As women age, they tend to complain that their libido and their interest in sex decreases. Recent studies have identified that as women age, the amount of testosterone in their plasma, or the free testosterone level, in fact decreases. Combining these two ideas together, a recent pharmaceutical study has come up with a new treatment plan for postmenopausal women suffering from these problems. It uses testosterone to increase their sexual satisfaction. However, premenopausal women who suffer from these same problems still have no treatment option open to them. Thus, the current investigation is attempting to develop a transdermal testosterone spray that can be used to increase the sexual satisfaction of premenopausal women. This study took place in Australia between May 2003 and September 2004. During this time period, sexually active women between the ages of 35 and 45 were observed for their sexual activity. All of the women were premenopausal and regularly cycling, as was confirmed by a hormonal assay. They were recruited by both television and radio ads, and were confirmed to not have any history of depression and not be obese. Each woman involved in the study had a testosterone level in their plasma of 3.8 picomolars per liter or less. The reason that 3.8 was the magic cutoff number is because this is the normal level of testosterone in the plasma of premenopausal women. 480 women wanted to participate in the study, but only 261 were actually eligible. From those 261, they were then divided into 4 randomly assigned treatment groups. The treatment in this study was a transdermal spray of testosterone. A transdermal spray is a spray that's applied to a patch of skin. The spray, or in this case a medicine or hormone, is said to seep through the skin into the body to have the intended effect. In this case, the women were told to administer the spray to one patch of skin on their abdomen, the same patch, every single day during a 20-week period. The treatment groups differ in the amount of testosterone that they were to spray on that patch of skin. The 4 treatment groups involved were the placebo group, the low-level testosterone group, which is a 56 microliter testosterone group, the medium-level testosterone group, which was a 90 microliter spray, or the high-level testosterone, which was 2 sprays of 90 microliters a day. The results of the study and of the treatment were measured by the number of counts of sexually satisfying events the women experienced each day, or in this case, SSEs. The women were given a diary, and every single day they were asked to record how many SSEs they engaged in. This happened during this 20-week period. During the first 4 weeks of the study, they were told not to use any of the treatment sprays. This was done to establish a baseline for comparison. During the next 12 weeks, they were told to use the sprays and record how many SSEs they engaged in per day. And during the last 4 weeks of the study, they were told to once again stop using the treatment to see how quickly the effect of the treatment would taper off. When we look at this graph, we can see that we're comparing the amount of free testosterone in the blood of the women to the week of the treatments that they were receiving. The top 3 lines signify the treatment groups that in fact received a real testosterone spray. In this case, all 3 treatment groups with the testosterone did increase the amount of free testosterone in their blood. Additionally, when we look at this, we can see that the increase is actually proportional to the amount of testosterone they were receiving in their spray. The placebo group is this bottom line, and we can see it remained at the same amount of free testosterone throughout the entire study. This shows that the transdermal spray did in fact work as it was intended to. In this graph, we can see that we're comparing the number of SSEs, or sexually satisfying events, to the week of treatment. Here, all 4 groups, including the placebo group, did increase the number of SSEs that they engaged in. However, it's extremely interesting to see that it's the medium level of treatment, the 90 microliter spray, that's the top line over here, that reaches the highest number of SSEs during the study. In fact, when they used a statistical test, a linear regression model, they found that it was only this medium group that in fact had a significant increase in the number of SSEs because of the treatment. This study is especially significant today because it is the first time a controlled, randomized study has been conducted that shows that testosterone can be used to treat premenopausal women with decreased sexual satisfaction. Because of the significance of the study, we can hopefully use it to discover a treatment option for these premenopausal women in the future. When we looked at the results of the study, it was interesting to notice that it was the medium level that had the highest efficacy of increasing the SSEs the women experienced. This may be because the higher levels of testosterone are so high that they're causing negative consequences for the women, and thus these negative consequences are balancing out the positive benefits that we're looking for. When we look at the results of the study, we also notice that there's a strong placebo effect. So this in fact hints that there is a strong psychological component to female sexual satisfaction. One major limitation of the study, though, is that 98.9% of the participants are Caucasian women. So we don't know the difference that this would have on a variety of races. There are several evolutionary implications of this study. When we look at the amount of free testosterone in humans in comparison to our primate relatives, such as chimps, we see that we actually have a much higher level of free testosterone. Many people have hypothesized that this is one of the reasons we may have actually evolved, because this higher level of testosterone has enabled us to have higher brain capabilities and higher reproductive capabilities. However, as women age, they also tend to have a higher risk of having a genetic mutation that's evolutionarily disadvantageous in their offspring. Thus, by reducing the amount of testosterone that women have in their bodies as they age, nature might be trying to combat this urge to reproduce when they have this risk of a genetic mutation. Additionally, when we look at testosterone and its effect on the immune system, we can see that it actually weakens the immune system in humans, according to several studies. When we look at aging, we find that age also has a weakening effect upon our immune systems. Thus, nature might be trying to balance out these two weakening forces by reducing testosterone so we can have a stable immune system as we age. There are several further things I would like to do with this study. I would like to see if there are other ways we could administer the testosterone, such as through a patch or through a pill. I would also like to see the effect that such a treatment would have on premenopausal women of a diversity of races. Thank you. Are there any questions?